As the COVID-19 pandemic swept across the world, people were forced to stay indoors and practice social distancing.
For many, this meant a loss of connection and community.
But for the fly fishing/tying enthusiasts of the world, it was a chance to come together in a new and meaningful way.
T&L was a fly tying show that had gained a dedicated following over the years.
Every Thursday night, people from all over the world would tune in to watch the hosts, Tim and Dana, as they shared tips, techniques, and stories about their love of fly fishing and fly tying.
As the pandemic hit, Tim and Dana knew that their show could be a source of comfort and connection for their viewers.
They kept doing their virtual fly tying workshops, encouraging their audience to participate and share their own experiences.
And participate they did.
The TNL family quickly grew, as people from all walks of life found solace in the shared passion for fly fishing.
They gathered online every Thursday night, eager to learn, share, and connect with others who understood the joy and peace that fly fishing brings.
Through TNL, the fly fishing community was able to find a sense of belonging and purpose during a difficult and uncertain time.
And as the pandemic waned and life slowly returned to normal, the TNL fam remained a close-knit and supportive group, bonded together by their love of fly fishing and the outdoors. Join Tim and Dana as they embark on their 5th season of TNL fly tying.
All right.
Just jokes.
Mic check. Is this thing on? Is that thing on? Are we really doing this for the second time tonight?
Yeah.
Going live. So let us know if you're here and this is working. Because sometimes with live streaming, you never know.
You just never know what's going to happen.
And it is Groundhog Day.
Yep.
So that's why I started the show twice, because like Bill Murray in Groundhog Day, it just was redundant and things would just happen over and over and over. Well, hey, let's just take a moment of have a drink, because that last 20 minutes, folks, was borderline stressful. We didn't think we were going to be able to come in and see you guys tonight live. And that wouldn't have been good.
Can't always be easy.
No, if it was easy, everyone would be doing it.
That's true. That's a fact. But guys, now that you're back in here with us, we just want to know where you're at, where you're from, maybe what you're drinking, and just say what's up so we know you're here.
Yeah,
it helps us to know.
Say what's up. What you can also do, because a lot of people got booted out because of technical difficulties. But what you can do to make this a successful night, even though we had to go Groundhog Day on us, is share it on your Facebook page or share it on your grandma's Facebook page. Just let people know that we are actually here for the time being. And we're just going to kind of hang out for a few minutes and let people kind of circulate, get back into the show, because we tricked a lot of people.
Yeah, it was just a little prank. Ha,
Yeah,
gotcha.
so what you didn't see was us going full bore into the show till I looked over here. I think, you know what it was? It was Eli.
It could be he was pressing buttons, I thought.
He
I
was
saw
here
something there.
earlier,
Yeah,
him and Lindsay,
yeah.
and they wanted a tour of the studio, and we said, sure. And so Eli's over here doing weird things, and that's what we'll blame it on.
Yeah, we got to find a scapegoat, so
Yep,
might as well be
absolutely.
him.
And because it came, so if your flies go south tonight, it's
Yep.
all Lindsay.
It's all, yep, true.
But
Lindsay.
if it's just the show, it's Eli. Or it was both. It's a sabotage. After the grace we extended them with the captain, they crashed our show. Or maybe it's just the
Crash.
wizard. We don't really know who is pissed at us tonight. And like Mr. Alstrom said, maybe it's the Chinese spy balloon over Montana is blocking the signal.
That is actually plausible. Could
That
be.
is actual
It is
plausible.
possible.
Yeah. So,
Anything's
anyways, it's kind of how I'm glad we didn't really have a crazy intro.
Yeah, that would have been a bummer
That'd
to.
have been real weird.
Touche.
But nothing to. I'm just trying to get focused. But I do have something really cool to show everybody. Before we come back and say hi to all of you guys, this baking cam tonight is kind of special.
Ooh, it's a good one.
It is.
And let's check it out. What we got, first of all, every single week, every single Thursday, we have the TNL official baking cam. Tonight, folks, it is a chocolate Swiss roll brought to you by Eli, the show crasher, and Lindsay. So, yeah, like you guys can get your baking on the baking cam if you just send us photos of things like the baking, the process, and the progress. So
And
throughout the
hopefully
show,
the final product.
hopefully you send a final product, or just like your bag of materials. We don't know what it is. So if you were just to get these ingredients, what would you make? You don't know. Well, that's why you stay tuned on Thursday Night Live, because we also have material packages. And I'm sure as you've opened them tonight, you're like, I don't even know what we're going to tie. I don't even know what the final baking product is going to be. So you got to stick around, because that's something that we have for you. Also, another really awesome thing that we have kind of going on over here is Mr. Rocky Mountain Fly Shop
Yes.
has thrown out some banger discounts for tonight.
This is like going too many nights in a row. He's going to ruin the people.
best yet.
The best,
This
the
is
best
the
yet.
best yet.
All right, guys, get your cards full.
So there's basically 1, 2, 3, 4 discount codes.
Four
and
of
I
them.
can tell
Okay.
you where they start off is 25%. And
take
where
that.
they end
Tell me. Tell me
is
more.
somebody. I don't know if I should say it or not, but it's good.
I want you to say it.
Ren, I know.
I know.
You want me to say it. But they incrementally get better. And so what you need to know is that I'm going to release these codes throughout the night, and the big, huge discount code is going to be released right after we finish tying the last fly. So I don't know if you're in shop for Norvise, if you're shopping for some fish pond backpacks, waterproof backpacks, hip packs, which we have one right here.
Ooh, you're going to want to get your card full. Tell me that.
Yeah, so like, hey, get your hands on one of these, because the lowest discount is, what did I say?
25%.
25%.
But wait.
But there's more.
There is more.
There is more.
Yeah, there's more. We don't know yet, but it's coming.
I do. I do. You don't.
He does.
I do.
I'm always left in the dark.
Well, that's how it goes around here, folks. Is
Yes, that's
I
true.
said we're gonna get back to saying hi to everyone. Mr. Bruce
Yeah.
Cameron, Mike Ploy. He said it's like I said Pluie,
Pluie.
Buoy, and he said it's Ploy.
Ploy.
That's better. Crisis averted. Well, if you've been around this show for 5 seasons, you know that it's never averted until Friday morning.
But there are many crises.
Roger Beatty, yes, Mr. Trout Maharishi. Ren is the snack meister.
Yeah.
MF Dewey, oh my, I thought I lost you, but I'm back. Funny thing is, because one of MF Dewey's best friends sent me in some photos of the Dew.
Oh. Oh, I would like to see these.
I don't know if we can show them.
Well, you can show me. What was the dew?
The dew seems to undo.
Oh, he likes to undo. Undo is due. Okay.
Maybe we'll show him. I don't know.
Well,
you got some pretty good friends, Dewey. And let's just say, does a sock and a chainsaw have any?
Oh, man.
Ring-a-ding-dong.
Oh, I need to see these.
So, yeah, you can see where your friends too if you just send in photos of them in a scandalous kind of way. Tammy Reed's going hard tonight, drinking the apple juice.
Oh, good. Nice, Tammy. Did you steal it from Jackson?
Yep. Mr. Tebow is watching with Xavier, currently in Calgary.
What's up, Adrian? We got Mr. Trevor McKee from Whitecourt having some coffee. Well, that's a terrible idea if you want to go to bed tonight.
Yeah, well, you never know. Michelle Reed, what's up, Bruce? Just like old times, we're always bringing back the old times, especially here on Groundhog Day. So, like we told you before, make sure you share the feed to your Facebook page, because that's how your friends are going to know that you're watching, and that's how your friends are going to know what to do on a Thursday night.
They're going to want to know. They're going to want to be here with you.
Yeah. So Ken's over in Australia, and it's humid.
Drinking water.
Jim Crawford, remember his birthday show? That was a disaster.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Yeah. Mike Dumont looks like he's back in the tundra, not in Mexico anymore.
No.
Arctic Grayling is Cochrane Coffee.
Nice.
Oh,
Hey, Eric.
Augustin.
Still at work, buddy.
Cole Clayton's down at Rocky Mountain. You know what? It sounds like there's a lot of guys down at Rocky Mountain Fly Shop.
Yeah, well, that's because there's open house every Thursday
That's a good point. So, well, I don't know. Colin, if you're down at Rocky Mountain Fly Shop, why don't you call into the show and let's see what kind of folks are down there at Rocky Mountain Fly Shop.
Say hello to some friends.
Because we can do that. We have that capability. Here's another thing I want to throw out. If you guys want to call into the show and get on the show and show off your fly tying space, you can do that. The only requirement that I have to you is that you have headphones of some sort attached to your phone. You just need a phone, and that's how you do it. So write in the comments if that's something you'd like to do, and we can bring it in, because you guys are just as important to the show as Tim and myself and everybody else here at Thursday Night Live. So first of all, I don't know, Colin, if you're around. We'll just kind of wait for him to ring in, and if he does, well, we'll say hi to the folks down at Rocky Mountain Fly Shop. But in the meantime, in between time, let's head over, Tim, to the news scene and see what's happening there.
I love the news.
At the TNL News.
Let's check out what's breaking on the news
Breaking in the news front.
Oh, I like the tunes. You're back to it.
I brought her back, Tim. I brought her back. First and foremost, the things that we need to connect with you guys. Remember, we haven't been live for 22 minutes, so we're not really behind, because we had a blurb at the beginning. Yeah, so what we do want to first talk about is bingo. Fly-ingo.
Fly-ingo. Brought to you by... Who are you brought to you by?
Fly Fishing Bover Outfitters.
You're not going to want to miss this, folks.
Oh, yes.
That sounded like somebody's coming.
So just call him.
How many calling
We're just going to leave him in the green room. You just hang tight, Colin.
Hang tight for a moment.
We just hang tight. We're just getting the folks here. And so, yeah, you can get your bingo card. It's the same bingo cards as last week. I feel like I am destroying the comments here. Putting on a Speedo and doing some yard work. Hey, found you guys. Tried to shake me, but it didn't work. Trish is about to board the plane. Have a great show, team. Love your fit. I think she was talking about me, not as much you guys.
Probably you're
team,
right.
am I part of the team?
You're on the team. Always on the team. See you later, baby.
New Hampshire Zug Bug, one of my go-to flies. That's a fantastic. Having a sip of Buffalo Trace tonight. So if we're still live, what we're going to do is head over and say hi to the Rocky Mountain Fly Shop guys. So we're going to... You guys download these things right there. Download your Wingo Flingo cards, and let's see if this works. There he is.
Oh, there he is.
There they are. There it is, folks. See, that's what an open.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
It's good. Cole sitting on the couch and the chair over there.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys say hi.
There's Norma. Look at this. What's up, Rocky Mountain Fly Shop?
What's up, guys?
Yeah, so that's what we do up here in Olds, is if you're in the area, you can come on down to Rocky Mountain Fly Shop, and they've set it up and just kind of show us the big screen. I know it's going to be an eternity loop.
Look at that. What's
See
up?
how big the delay is. But yeah, that's where the show gets put up, and you follow along. So what's really cool is that you can host a satellite club. You just got to say, hey, I'm going to host a satellite club, and then you host it.
Just like that. It's that simple.
All right. We got a couple folks there. We've got, I think Colin turned it down so they can't hear me make fun of them.
That might be not a bad idea.
It's a new guy over there. Hey, new guy. I don't know if they can hear me, but that's kind of what we do. That's what the open house is all about at Rocky Mountain Fly Shop. Colin, you got anything you want to say? You got about 20 seconds.
No, not much, guys. Can't wait for tonight. And yeah.
And how about those discount codes? What are you, crazy?
Yeah, they're going to be pretty good here tonight, I think. There's a bunch of them out there, too.
All right, so you guys load up your carts, and we're going to flash those here pretty quick. At least get the first couple out. But why you want to load your carts is because when the code comes out, I was going to play something.
I could tell you were leading up, but then it just didn't happen.
I just wanted to double check. Sometimes, yeah, anyways, I'll figure that out later. But yeah, load your carts, because when the code gets live, you got to just type it in and go.
Go.
And you got to go, and you got to be the first one to get it. So, all right, Rocky Mountain Fly Shop, we love you guys, and we appreciate all your support, and we'll maybe pop down there after.
Awesome. Sounds good. See you guys then.
All right, bye.
See you guys.
Bye-bye.
All right, back to what we came for.
news.
All right, so that's how that goes.
You're not going to want to miss out,
Rocky Mountain
guys.
Fly Shop.
Go
Flying
get your
Go.
Flyingo card, because when we get to halftime, we're going to be giving away a bunch more stuff. And if you don't have a card, you can't play. But they're free, so go get one. Download it.
They're free.
And let's
Free.
let's maybe win some prizes.
Tim, I got a special thing tonight, and I wanted to do it for you, but I'm not sure. I'm a little shy. Okay.
Why would you be shy?
All right. Let's go back to see what we have to show, because this is a fly tying show, and tonight we're going to tie some flies. So why don't you tell everybody?
Yeah, we are going
what
to tie a couple bugs today. We got a couple older classics, we'll say. So we're going to tie up the Bead Head Wooly Bugger. Great fly, great one to learn some stuff on. We're going to be tying that first.
Feel free to change the threads. I just left them up from last week.
That's okay. They're actually going to be pretty accurate. So I am going to use UTC 140. You can go black or gray or olive on that first Woolly Bugger. And then on the second fly, we are doing the Zug Bug. I have an old classic. And that one I am going to use a 70 denier. It could be brown, it could be olive, or it could be black. So you take your pick, even the brown. Brown works too. Actually, I might even use brown just to make you satisfied.
Just to make me satisfied.
Those are the flies for tonight, folks.
All right.
Get your bobbins loaded, and we'll be on to that first one before you know it.
Okay, so another cool announcement is IF4 in Olds, March 25th, 2023, noon start time, and that, folks, is a party. I don't want excuses like Cole has. Like I think he has like a hockey tournament or
that's not
something more important than us.
Nothing more important.
That excuse doesn't work. So let it go, and show up. It's a really cool event. After last year, it's got me super excited because after the IF4, we head over to Trax Pub and we have a little bit of a gathering.
Yeah.
Right, Ren? Remember that last year? Yeah, it was pretty fun, wasn't it?
She was in bed by 8 p.m.
Yeah, she doesn't. She might have. Yeah, weird.
You did.
It was weird at midnight when Dad left. Saying, "Is it weird?
Is it wrong? I'm still in a bar."
Is it wrong? And the other announcement is what we just showed you. It's every Thursday, the open house tie-in at Rocky Mountain Fly Shop, and that's super cool. And then. Last but not least on the announcements is the Western Canada Fly Fishing Guide School. The dates have been announced.
Yes, they have.
May 5th, 6th, 7th, and May 12th, 13th, and 14th. And you can just inquire if you want, or you can sign up, whatever you want to do. But the spots and the spaces are limited. So yeah, don't wait forever because...
Do not want to miss out on that.
Mr. Quintana.
What's up, Roman?
All right.
From
What
Montana.
email did last week's bingo card come from? Can't find it in my email. Well, it's a third-party app, and I do not know what they do or how they send it. And
Cam
so,
says just search bingo in your inbox.
oh, there you go.
There you might find
That's
it.
how I found mine. And that's why we got Cam here, folks.
Yep.
He's not good for tying flies. He's just good for being that guy.
Top fan Cam. That's what he does.
Yeah, top fan Cam.
That is what he does.
George
George.
Norton. Okay.
What's up, George?
Super nervous to do this, but so I'm not. I'm not
Just
there
do
yet.
it.
I know,
Oh my
but
goodness, this the
I
anticipation.
wanted to practice for you, but
What does that even mean?
I know. I just, you know what?
Ren wants it. Come on.
Let's do this. Two folks. I'm just entering the code right now. So if your
Ooh.
card's not full, then you better get it full because I'm going to enter one of the codes.
But here's the
And,
thing: do you use the 25%er or do you wait?
I think you do them both.
That's a good point.
You go in and get your
Good point.
you get your auto bobbin at 25% off, and then at the 40% off, you
buy
go
the
get the
Norvise.
Norvise. Did
That's true. It's not wrong.
Did I say 40%?
Wait, I didn't even catch you there. 40% off. Good grief. Okay, how do I get these codes? I just gotta load my. Sorry guys, I gotta load up my cart here. 40% off.
Oh, and for
can't
all
beat that.
all the guessers out there, we went really wild on the codes, so you can't guess. And all right, so like I said, doodly-doo, here we go. We're gonna tie the Bead Head Wooly Bugger in about 2 minutes. So go get your bobbins threaded with some black UTC 140 or something similar, and get ready to tie. Get your bags and your kits unpackaged without having them all over the floor.
That would be preferred.
Yeah, so Jen Lyle's husband failed guide school, and he said he should sign up again. And no, he's actually
He's not allowed.
he's gonna have to go back to preschool before he does that. Yeah.
Can't fail.
Western Canada Fly Fish Guide School would be awesome to do. It is awesome. We're going to talk about that today. We're going to show a little video about the last spring class. But I got to get this coding.
Just type the code.
Okay, remember
Be ready to rock and roll here, folks, because it is going to happen.
Where am I typing? I don't even see
right
anything
there.
show up.
Okay.
Remember,
wait for
it's
that.
got to be.
Gotta type it in and be ready.
It's got to be exactly as you see it. And this code works for 2 people at 25% off.
Holy moly, 2 people.
Yes.
Yes. You gonna tell us a joke? Ren,
Rocky
while
Mountain Fly Shop.
Nobody
.net.
is too good or too bad there, Trevor. It's a learning experience.
Oh yeah, be brand new, or yeah, you'll see in the video. There's lots of experience levels that people have come from. All right, so here's the code. I'm gonna just throw it out there. Bam.
Bam.
It's gonna be too
TNL
big for the
rocks.
screen.
S25.
But I'm magic and I can shrink it. All right. TNL Rocks 25. That's the code for RockyMountainFlyShop.net. 25% off. And there's 2 more codes coming tonight. One of them, like I spilled the beans, is 40% off. And that's going to come after we finish the Zug Bug. So do stick around or come back, whatever you want to do. But in the meantime, there is a 30% discount code going to be dropped somewhere between now and then. So if you leave, I don't know, maybe you miss both of them. They're kind of random when we throw them out.
That's true. That is true. You never know when they're coming.
Yeah. So first things first, let's go say thanks to our sponsors, and we'll come back here, and we're going to get the Bead Head Wooly Bugger.
All right,
I think I covered everything.
I think you did.
At least
Good.
we're still live. That's a good thing.
I see you in a bit.
See you in a
All
bit.
right. Bye, Ren.
But legit dude cold.
Our vision for it is for people to come out here to enjoy the spot and to find peace, I guess. Like, a lot of people ask us if we're going to get Wi-Fi out here, and we're like, no, like this is a place to disconnect and reconnect with your family and with yourself and just find quiet.
Just like that.
Just like that.
We're back.
Party's back.
Hey, what's
okay,
up?
some questions about the bingo cards. Yeah, they expire February 18th. I'm looking at the thing right here. So if you don't have one of the newer cards, feel free to go on there and sign up. The website link is flyfishingbover.com/TNLS5. And Blake, what's happening, brother? Welcome.
What's up, Blake?
Welcome. Yeah, go page and resend the link. So yeah, you can do that. I do apologize. It is a third-party app, but I am looking at it right here. And there's still a couple bingo cards left. And February 18th is past today, so yeah, everything looks good on that part.
Yeah.
So
Let's go try and download it.
James, shoot me a message if you can't get it. And so yeah, you probably do have a current card, and I can actually look that up. I'll look that up while Tim's time to fly. So
yeah,
we'll make sure you got a card before, or just use one of Sean's 42 emails.
Just get him to send you one of his cards.
Tim, do you really want me to sing the song?
I do. I really want you to.
Okay, so I wrote a bit of a jingle for Thursday Night Live, and it's not perfect, and it's like
it's gonna be perfect.
It's like, I don't know. And I'm gonna sing it for you guys because you guys have been like ripping on me for my musical intalents.
Okay.
Oh, I'm so nervous.
Well, you should be. There's thousands of people ready to watch you sing.
All right. Victor Edmonds is here. All right. Okay.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. 142. I was right. Super nervous. I don't even know if I'll remember the words. So what I'll do is I'll bring this party.
Oh, here we go. Oh, I'm so excited for this.
All right. Okay, Tim, you can't talk.
Okay.
When it happens, because
what if I have to laugh though?
Right,
Can I
guys.
laugh in here?
You can laugh. All right. So sing the song, Schneebly. So I did. I wrote a bit of a jingle for Thursday Night Live because I thought, hey, why hasn't somebody done that yet? And I'm neither an artist or a songwriter or a singer.
That's not true. You've written a song and you're about to sing it. So
no, right in this moment. Okay.
Okay.
But yeah. So if you can give me 2 thumbs up, well, I'm about to perform it. Just have to load up my lyric sheet here, and I do sing it in the key of Minion.
Is it B flat? Very flat of the B.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, you're gonna sing it in Minion, but I see what's going on.
So
I gotta shut you off, Tim.
Oh, okay.
I might even turn your mic off. All right, super nervous here. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it's gonna happen. Just so you know, Tim has not. We are gonna tie a fly. I promise.
Never.
Why is it just me that sounds like a minion?
Because you're the one about to sing a song.
No, but just wait. It's supposed to be both of us.
Well, it's not. Let's go. Let's go, Mr. Chipmunk.
This isn't good. I hope we both get the wizard voice.
Well,
maybe you're not invited. Okay, all right. Here, I even got music to it.
Okay. I was going for
some
acapella,
music.
but sure.
All right, see, people are cheering me on here. Everybody wants to hear it. Okay.
Okay.
All right, folks. Oh. Wow, super nervous. So, I'm really excited to bring you my first hit song. It's not really a hit yet, but for the time being, it might be a hit. Let's go. Here we go. Join Tim and Dana every Thursday night. The Thursday Night Live Fight Time, that's right. In season 5, there's 34 patterns to be tied. It's the show for all the fly fishing guys and gals. Thursday Night Live Fight Time, 7 p.m.'s the time. Join the fun with fishing, bacon, and prizes to be won. Bingo with a twist, it's called Flying Go, don't you miss. I'll share your positive wins at the end. Baking cameras on and the treats are oh so sweet. With a wizard around, you better watch your seat. Keep your eyes peeled and hold on tight, 'cause Thursday Night Live Fight Time is the show of the night. Thursday Night Live Fight Time, 7 is the time. Join in the fun with fishing, bacon, and prizes to be won. Bingo with a twist, it's called Flying Go, don't you miss. And share your wins at the end. Won't you come on down and join in on the fun? Thursday Night Live Fight Time is second to none. With Tim and Dana and the TNL fam, it's the best fly fishing show known to man. Thursday Night Live, 7 p.m.'s the time. Join the fun with fishing, bacon, and the prizes to be won. Bingo with a twist, it's called Flying Go, don't you miss. And share your positive wins at the end.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
You gotta be so excited.
Oh man. I may have the laughing was not, it was smiling with extra air. That was incredible.
I worked hard.
Come on, folks. Give it up for Mr. Dana Lattery. You can't even make that stuff up.
Oh, you can't.
But but he did. So that was great.
I did make
He
it up.
did make it up.
I practiced it 3 times since I wrote it.
It sounded like you practiced many more.
I
say 10.
I fully understand, but I'm here. If you want the lyrics and you can do a better job, I would love to send them to you.
I think we should do that. We need somebody send in singing. Everybody.
I think it's kind of catchy. I might be able to sing it again later.
Yeah. I mean, if you wanted to wait a week or two, it'd be
like
bummer.
later during the show.
Oh man,
wow.
that was a treat, folks. You're not going to get that everywhere you go.
Yeah. See,
can't.
Ken says, I thought it was hot on Oz, but you are smoking.
I think it was Rogers that his dog was howling along with the tune. That's what
Blake's dog left the room. No, like that's a classless dog. No taste.
But like, come on. Yeah,
all right,
tasteless.
let's tie a fly. Let's do what we can for the folks at Rockman Fly Shop are bored.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to switch mics over here and we'll get rocking.
Oh, wait, you can't. Remember we were charging this one?
Just joking. I'm just going to hold on to your attention for one more moment while we...
Tell a joke!
Well, I don't have... Well, actually, no. What do you call a cow that has no legs? I need to wait for Chaz to tell me in the comments. He asked it earlier.
You're good. You're ready. That's how good I am.
Woo! Okay, so I don't have to give you a stupid answer because I don't know the answer to that joke.
See, they want. I think people want. If you guys want, what do they call it when you call the band back out?
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe you can sing it with me.
It's possible.
I just don't know how to get you a minion voice anymore.
Well, maybe they could hear my real voice.
That's not a thing.
Oh man. Okay, folks. Let's do a tie of a fly. Fly tying. That's what we're here for.
See, I got you flustered.
You got me flustered. That was just overwhelming for me. Okay, we are going to do the Bead Head Wooly Bugger. We're tying out of Season 5, Episode 5.
Roger Beatty said we should start every show by singing along like the Mickey Mouse Club.
Yeah,
it's going to work. It's going to work, Tim.
It's coming around.
There's very few things I've introduced into TNL that haven't worked.
That's true. That's a fact. Okay, we're getting into this guy here, the Bead Head Wooly Bugger. Remember, be careful opening those kits because you're going to have some parts that kind of might want to go out on their own. But what we're going to do is we're going to pull out our package.
Arctic Grayling's girlfriend came in the room to see what the hell was going on.
Well,
I know. That's like,
it's
it's
valid.
not like he acts like, see, I read, it's a text. You can't read like the context, but I think it was like what the wow was going on.
Yeah,
right?
like I wouldn't.
Wow.
Just my ears were drawn to that incredible.
Hopefully your fly tying can match my singing.
There's no way it can. I hope not.
See, it's an encore. Cody Frank is asking for one, and the whole gang at Rocky Mountain Fly Shop.
Okay. Cool. Okay, guys. I'm got my kit sort of open. Hopefully you do too. Let's start off by getting our hook with one of those gold beads on there. Okay. So you might need to pinch the barb. I think I had to get mine on, which is not a bad idea. You can do it in your vise, or you can grab a pair of pliers, whatever you want to do. Mash that down. It's better for that little trout's face anyways. Then we're going to go ahead and stick the hook through the small side of the bead, always on the small edge. We're going to wrap it around the edge, bring it up to the eye, and then we can go ahead and get this fixed.
Jill McNally showed up.
What's up, Jill?
Also somebody who has an excuse for not coming to IF4.
Who's that? Jill does too?
Yep, apparently.
Oh, man. It's too bad. Okay. Now, go into your other materials. So you're also going to have your fly that's already been tied once for you. Now, we are going to open up the other package. So you would have opened the package that had the beads and the hooks. And now go ahead and open up the other package. You're going to have a few materials in there. So what you're going to have some either saddle hackle, which can be used for this, or an actual bugger hackle, they call it. You're going to have some of this stuff here, some lead wrap we're going to use here shortly. And you're also going to have some marabou, okay, in black. You also are going to have in there, it's kind of hidden in there for me, but this is some copper wire. Okay, we need that copper wire as well. And then we have our last thing here is our chenille. Okay, so we're going to need all of those materials, so don't lose any. Okay, so first things first. Let's grab a little piece of that lead wire wrap, a couple inches worth, okay? All I'm going to do is I'm going to stick it on one side, kind of brace it with my finger, and I'm going to start doing some wraps. The nice thing about this stuff is once we wrap up as much as we want, we can just push it forward into the bead, which is what we kind of use this for. Yes, it's for extra weight, but it is also for allowing us to secure that bead at the front of the hook shank. So I'm not going to put a crazy amount, maybe like, I don't know, 8 or 9 wraps. I'm going to go in here with my Dana scissors and cut out that lead wrap. I'm going to get that tag end tucked in. And then you see it kind of looks like it's got a bunch of spaces in it, and that's totally okay. All I'm going to do is push it up into the eye, and you'll see them all come together. Okay? Now I'm going to go ahead and grab my thread. I'm using some UTC 140 in kind of a bronzy brown color is what I'm going to use in this, but anything dark in color is going to work. The thread's not really going to be seen anyways. But yeah, something dark would be better. I'm going to snip out my tag end. Now I'm just going to lay a nice thread wrap down over top of that lead wrap. Basically, I just want to make sure that that's not going to move anywhere. And then I'm going to work it down the hook shank into the bend of the hook. Okay, that was just basically all we're doing is laying down some thread wraps, kind of covering up the hook a little bit. And if I left it hanging, it's going to be right about where that barb was that I mashed down. Okay, now that first material we're going to go ahead and grab and get started with here is some marabou. Okay, great stuff. We've worked with it lost, but remember, it will stain your fingers if you touch it too much or if you get it wet in your fingers. You can see already just by pulling them through once, it makes my finger kind of bluey black. So you might want to just be careful.
Bluey black? Sometimes
bluey
people
black.
think that stuff is a carcinogen.
It could be. Who knows? Probably causes cancer, but only in California. Okay, so kind of the traditional way that a woolly bugger is tied is you're going to pull this up so you can see there's kind of a definitive change in the thickness of that feather. So up at the tips here, the way it's originally tied is you go in there, you use your scissors, the outside of scissors, in case you're not opening and cutting, because if we cut, apparently it doesn't look as good. So we're going to tear off the tips. So I just come in here, I use my thumb, and I'm going to put my thumb against the material and brace it on that, and then just tear it, okay? Tear off those kind of lighter colored tips. So I got something that's left like that, okay? I'm just going to moisten that a little bit of saliva.
So question about the marabou, bugger versus strung versus normal.
Yeah, so
Bugger's fluffier. Which one is like got the big vein down the middle?
yeah, that's strung normally.
Like quill.
Oh, that's quill.
Yeah.
Yeah, strung is normally strung is what we're using here. It's just all pulled apart. But it's more appropriate for more things. Whereas strung is normally longer. The quill is longer fibers, but it's harder to wrap because it's got a very big quill in it. And then bugger is just really short plumes, but they're more puffy, so it's more kind of appropriate.
But there's also a difference in quality of different brands in marabou. So not so much as it is the, like the question about bugger versus strung versus normal. Like I know Shore does a very good job with their marabou.
Yeah.
And there's some other ones too, but yeah, like definitely, I think you should always be able to. I think the packages can be opened. Have to double check with Colin, but there's a lot of feathers and materials at the fly shops that you should actually be able to pull out and kind of look through them. Some packages of marabou, there's not a lot of good usable marabou, and so you get a lot, but there's once you start going through it, it's just a bunch of like short fibered stuff and it falls apart. So definitely some things to think about.
Yeah. There's always going to be unusable marabou in your package. Not so much your packages because we picked through them all, but and most, if you go buy a bag of it, you're going to use probably a good 70%. The rest is going to be gone. Okay, so now I've just kind of pulled down. I'm going to add a little bit more moisture to that just so I can kind of get it to sit down. I can measure a length. I want this tail to be roughly a full hook shank in length. It's not an exact science, but somewhere around there. So I just brace my fingers off the eye, kind of measure it. I'm going to transfer that down to my tie-in point. I'm going to switch over hands. I'm going to do a gathering wrap, get up over top of that, pull it down, because I want that marabou at the tying point to be right up on top of the fly. Okay, and now I'm just going to take a few thread wraps forward over top of that stem, but I only want to take it as far as where I left off with that wire. So once I get to where the wire was, I'm just going to reach in there, cut it off, and what that's going to do is create that nice even underbody by using that stem to kind of smooth up that transition. Then I'm going to bring this back so it's kind of right back to where my tying point was before. And now I want you to go ahead and reach into your kit there and find that copper wire. Okay, so go ahead, just unwind it, open it up, and we are going to tie this in. I'm going to put a couple thread wraps forward to about there. I'm going to tie it in on the near side of the fly. Near side meaning towards myself. If I was saying far side, it's going to be towards you or closer to you.
Yeah, okay. Good question. Doug had a good point to just kind of add to what you said, is expect about a 30% waste in the package.
Yeah.
But do waste it because it's not good. It's not good to tie with.
No. Lots of people try to like stack little bits on top of each other. It's like an actual marabou feather is the way it is for a reason in the tying industry, and you don't want to just use little pieces. Not going to be the same. Okay, so I got my wire tied in. It's on the near side of the fly to me. Okay, now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to grab a chunk of that.
Oh, hang on. Barry broke.
Barry broke.
Barry is also running around the fly shop, helping people out like a rock star, and they want to rename him Mr. Mayor.
Mr. Mayor. Well, that's not bad. The mayor of Olds. Who is the mayor of Olds?
Barry Dickow. He's from Sundry. All right, so let's check out. Oh, wow, look, we got, we're going to take this off. It's ruining this grate. We got progress. So it looks like we're melting some butter in the baking cam here. So that's kind of cool. We don't know what's next, but stick around.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how this thing
is. And if Barry is back, because Barry's literally running around helping everybody out.
Yeah, we can get back to what we're doing here.
If you don't know who Mr. Barry is, he's actually the mayor of TNL. Like the legend and the original. And Barry has been around since the beginning, and literally the beginning, when he was the only one around. And that was the beginning. And it's interesting because we're going to hit episode 100 at one point this year.
We are. It's incredible. We have to have a little celebration. Maybe someone wants to bake us a cake for 100.
Yeah, any 100 gifts you want to send?
Smooches.
100 top platinum albums?
Yeah.
I'm at one.
How about one? I've got one.
No, I'm at one.
Oh, you're at one.
Gonna be 99. I need 99 more. All right. We've got the wire tied in. We've got the marabou, and we've got the bead and some lead wraps with some lead wire.
We do.
We got 2 more materials, and this fly is done.
2 more and done. This is a super easy pattern. That's why it's a great one to learn on, and also just a good one to build some confidence and put some flies in your box. Great streamer.
Double check the fly shop that the mayor is ready to go.
Is the mayor ready? Okay, so we're gonna.
Dr. Pepper, American Dr. Pepper.
Ooh, that'd be worth something.
Yes.
So when we tie in this chenille, the chenille we're using in here, there's so many different types of chenille you could use. Okay, you can use cactus chenille, you can use variegated chenille, you could use even dubbing. If you wanted to spice this up, maybe use some sparkle dubbing, and that's what you put in underneath your hackle feather. But traditionally, it's tied with a chenille. So with most chenilles, like we've talked about before, we're just going to come in and we're going to pull at it a little bit, and what it'll do is it's going to expose that in the center of it, there's a little rope, okay, a little white rope, and that's what's kind of holding all the other material together, okay? So from there, we're just going to tie in and make sure that we've got that white roped material is tied in at the very back, okay? Because that's what the strength of the material is actually held onto by, okay? So I hope Barry's ready. We're going to go ahead, take a thread wrap, get that secured, take a few more thread wraps. Now, I think we've done it once this year already. I'm just blanking on which fly it was, but we're going to do it twice today in both flies, where we're going to actually wrap something forward, and then when we secure another material, we're actually going to work our way back down the fly and use a wire or a thread to secure it back up by just palmering it up. So this is a classic example of doing it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm just going to put a little half hitch in. You'll see me do this sometimes, guys. This is what we call the save button. If I do that, I know that I've kind of completed a bit of work and put a knot in it. And also you'll see me do it because I like to set my bobbin away off to my cradle if I'm going to spin up some stuff. Okay, so I'm just going to wrap, or another word, palmer. Okay, palmer this chenille forward. I'm going to take this all the way up to just behind the bead. So if you have a rotating vise, that's awesome. You can use that. If not, don't stress. You could easily just do that by hand. So I'll bring my thread back in, and remember, when we're securing material, we're going to do a wrap behind, wrap in front, and repeat. Wrap behind, wrap in front, and that should secure that material down so it's not going anywhere. So I'll trim out that tag end. This is what we should be currently left with only one more material to go. This is going to be over with and done way too quick. So what we use for hackle, there's so many different hackles you could use for something like this. You could go a little bit bigger. In your pack, we kind of gave you a bit of variety. There's a few that are maybe a little thicker, some are a little thinner. But what it's about is the barbs, okay? So you can check your feather on it. You kind of get your desired height. It's no different than on a dry fly, choosing your hackle. But most of the time, it's what we call a saddle hackle, or sometimes you get them in a bugger pack, and it's called a bugger hackle, and it's designed literally for these flies, okay? But how we tie it, the way we taper it, if the barbs are a little bit long, that's totally okay, because that's just...
I mean, you could even use schlappen.
You could totally use schlappen. It's just oversized, but the difference is when we put hackle on a fly like this, it actually is just creating profile and size and bulk. So it just looks like it's a little beefier to the fish, which isn't a terrible thing. But because we are trying to taper this in a certain way, instead of tying in at the tip, we're actually going to tie in back at the stem, because we want the bigger feathers to be our collar. And as we work back, it goes from big to small. So imagining like a fish, its head is often bigger than its tail. So that's how we're going to tie this in. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to pull out the fluffy stuff. Okay, I don't want to use that. And that actually pretty much tore perfectly. So I'm going to be left right at the very back.
Your nails are in mid-season form. I think you're looking good tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I just chewed them up for you guys today. Okay, so as always, we talk about this. There's an underside to the feather, which is that side, and a top side. Okay, you can always tell because it's going to curve in a direction. So you can see this guy here's curving. Underside is the underside of the curve. I want to point the underside back down the fly. I'm going to tie in that stem right behind the bead. So I'm going to take a thread wrap. I'm going to take a couple of them right over top of it, kind of at that angle. Then I'm going to come to the front, do a couple. Then go back to the back for a couple. Back to the front for a couple. Really important that we've locked that in and that stem's not going to pull out once we start wrapping down. Because if it does, before we can bring the wire forward, we are having a bad day. Okay, so I trimmed out that stem. I'm going to take a couple more thread wraps.
Just hang on. Early Jack said, is this where you should use something flashy if you wanted? Probably more in the chenille part, I believe.
Yeah.
Or the body.
Yeah.
The green stuff there. I'm not sure where that...
Yeah, we talked about putting in maybe some like sparkle dub or something, which is a common way of doing these. You'd use some like green or some gold, which you would just dub onto your thread and you'd wrap it forward, creating that same underbody. Gives a little bit more flash. But cactus chenille often is built, I don't have any on the desk right now, but cactus chenille is built in a way that it has the flash built into the chenille. So it's actually a really nice way of doing it too. So, but yeah, good question. Don't hesitate. Buggers are one of the coolest things. How many buggers we tie this season? Like 3, 4, at least?
3 at least.
Different styles, different heads, different materials underneath. It's a great pattern to just kind of diversify and change things around. Okay, so when I build the collar, it's important here. Before I can palmer back, I have to do one complete wrap in the front. Okay, so I want a nice full collar, we call it, to start. And then once I've gone around one complete time, not like 3/4, but one way, all the way around, then I can start reaching back. Okay, and now I'm just gonna do nice open spirals, moving back down the fly. And again, this is kind of determined by how long your feather is, but all the feathers you've got are gonna be plenty long enough for this size of hook, because this is a Daiichi 2220 in a size number 4, so it is a little bit of a longer streamer hook. And when I get down to the end here, I like to just, so for ease of getting that wire started, if you got a pair of hackle pliers, even though I got quite a bit of stem there, I'm going to use the hackle pliers at the end here. So I can really take use of the last bit of this feather. Okay. Now, I've basically gone all the way around once, right at the base, and I want to finish with that hackle vertical. Okay, reason being is now I have been wrapping in one direction. Now I'm going to take this wire and I'm going to go in the opposite direction. But I have to lock down the end stem right at the start at the back here. So I'm going to go one full time around to lock in that stem, and then I can start moving forward. And you'll see that I'm going to wiggle the wire. I can set that down. I'm going to wiggle the wire back and forth. Okay, and what this does is as I go forward, it doesn't trap near as many of the hackle fibers. So I'm just wiggling it so it kind of gets through, but now this is creating a huge amount of durability in the fly, because it's going back over top of that hackle with a nice stiff thing like wire and just creating this binding down effect. And I'm going to finish that right at the bead. And once I get it through the collar, I like to finish with the wire again pulled straight up. And I'm going to come in here with my thread and do a wrap behind. I'm going to do a couple of them because wire can be a little slippery. And then I'm going to come pull everything back, okay? All of those things. Take a few more thread wraps in front, and then I'm going to trim out that wire. So you can trim it, you can helicopter it, whatever you'd like, but I use my Dana scissors because that's what...
What are Dana scissors? Well, they are really, used to be my scissors. And now they're really dull because we cut wire with them. So you can get your Dana scissors. So what Tim's doing, just going to go back and finish cutting out that hackle to finish it. But just to add, just because this is really important for me to talk about, is you probably ask, because I know we talked about it in the quick tie, but like a lot of streamers, you tie everything in and then just work them all forward and then just tie it off. It's super important with this is to understand that fish do have teeth.
Yeah.
And if they were to bite your hackle or your thread, it would just unravel, and it still might unravel on a fish. But this really helps that wire. It's almost like a bite guard in a weird way, but it really helps keep that down, because you're right. You could go back and you could tie the hackle at the back and you could come forward. But it really is a security piece to this pattern. Mm-hmm. Right? Would you agree?
Yeah, I agree. Because originally this was tied pretty much purely with like a saddle hackle, which we were using here, which is a more fragile stem. If we were using a schlappen it has unique quality of being thicker and stronger. So when you move that forward, it's less likely that would get torn up by a fish. But yeah, it's a great way of realizing that when you tie flies, sometimes it's not always about the sequence you think it is. You can do it in different ways, which we'll also show you in the next bug. So I'm going to come in here, guys, with my whip finisher. Remember that little review we've talked about a few times, but when I come in with my hook, oh my goodness, I can't talk.
Your
my
whip finisher.
Good grief. I'm going to stab my thread, okay, with that hook. I'm going to wrap it around that back. I'm going to create my 4 by just rolling it forward. So now it looks like I got a 4 in my thread. Then I pull it down to the behind the bead, and I'm just going to go 1 wrap, 2 wrap, 3 wrap, tip off the butt end, bring the hook end down, tighten it. I'm only going to do 1 because I'm going to touch this with a little bit of resin. So I know it's not going to go anywhere. I'm going to trim that out, being careful not to trim any of that hack load as well. Set that to the side. As you know, I love my Solares Bone Dry, nice thin UV curing resin. I'm just going to take a little touch on thread wrap, just on one side.
How about the music? I'm liking it.
I think you're doing pretty good tonight. But you had me at breaking news, so.
I did this for you. What about my song? Did that do it for you?
I mean, but you had me at breaking news, but then continued it with your beautiful music.
Yeah, I know.
So that's cured there, guys. The one last thing that I would do is go ahead and grab a comb or a brush. What you'll see sometimes is hackle will actually stay kind of attached to itself, but a little slight brush will break those up so those the fibers become kind of individual on their own. Look more porcupiney, I guess you could say. But that's it. That's a Bead Head Wooly Bugger. So many variations. I know Elaine here, Doug, he said has so many variations. You can be as creative as you want for your local area, which is so true. Change the colors. Look at your local bait fish and just imitate it.
Take the chenille and the hackle off and put some semi-seal. Good question. Mr. Rutherford reached out to me earlier today, and it's something we need to do a better job at, is talking to you guys about why, how, when, and what situations would you use the flies that we're tying. So do remember to keep asking us, because we will do our best to help you with that. Not that we have fished every single pattern that we are tying or had success with every pattern that we're tying, but we might just have an opinion, and that opinion with your opinion might form something really strong. And that's kind of what fly fishing is. It's just a bunch of opinions, and then at the end of the day,
sometimes they're strong, sometimes they're stronger.
Yeah, and so the fish then are the ones who validate your data. You could catch pike with this. You could catch Arctic grayling. You could catch cutthroat. You could catch bull trout. You could catch brown trout, rainbow trout, cutthroat. I already said that. Lake trout. It's basically, I believe Cam wrote in there, like a minnow. It's a bait fish pattern.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you would think the way to fish it would be streamers. But have you ever thought about putting it under an indicator?
Great question, Dana. I have.
Why doesn't Sean Ellison tell us how that went for him?
Yes, exactly.
So I think a big tip I can give to this, or help maybe change your mindset, is not every streamer needs to be stripped, cast to the bank. You can have a lot of success with streamers like this, smaller ones, just because of the weight issue, that are just dead drifted. And sometimes, as a guide secret, on some streamer days, when people are newer to streamer fishing, we just get them to nymph a couple streamers. And sometimes with a poor form, such as like a bad mend, what does that do to the streamer? It activates it. And, well, now you know.
Giving away all the trade secrets there, I see.
I'm just helping out the people, Tim.
Yeah, guys, originally the Wooly Bugger was a leech, so it is a bait fish, can be tied in lots of colors, but leeches often aren't swimming away. They're caught in the current and they're moving. They're moving, but they're not actually swimming. So that's the beauty of marabou, is how realistic and lifelike it looks underneath.
Oh, it's so
the
good.
surface. Yeah.
I like to bounce them off the bottom. Perfect. Yeah. You can bounce them off the bottom. You can tie more weight in it. Or a big thing that people, I don't think they understand, is because it's every fly's got to get to the bottom. Fair enough. It's a time and a place. But I understand that you fish a sink tip, you don't have to have a weighted fly. If you don't fish a sink tip, maybe you want a weighted fly. What are the conditions? How high is the water? For us, is it early runoff? Is it heavy water? You need to hit a spot, get it down in the zone, and then move it. There's so many factors. That's why it's just a bunch of opinions. But as you use these tips or these ideas of things that we share with you, perhaps you can validate the data by catching fish. And then, like I tell people on my boat every day, if it works, we're going to do more of it. And if it doesn't, we'll probably change.
Yep, absolutely. And what might work for us won't work in your area, and what might work for you might not work here.
Yeah,
so.
and John's got a great opinion on that, is I believe you can catch fish with the wrong fly presented well and the right fly presented poorly. So you know what I mean? Like the wrong fly, and you create a great drift and presentation, the fish eats it, the vice versa.
We've said this many times, you know, you're at the end of a swing or something with an indicator and you have a worm on the back and the fish doesn't eat until it's being stripped back to the boat to recast. It doesn't make any sense.
Dry flies too, like you're just picking up to recast and they come out at it and it's like
the old recast fish.
Always ask why though. Fish don't randomly do things, to be honest.
No, they got reasons.
Yeah. So anyways, that's the Bead Head Wooly Bugger. We got the Bow River Bugger next week, which is made famous on our river. And that just has a deer head hair, which is kind of cool because I think it's the first time we're really working with deer
hair this
hair
season. Yeah.
this year.
We get to use the
deer
stacker.
The deer stacker. Put your deers in there. And then we have like the EP tarantula woolly or bugger. It's just basically a different body, similar to this. But yeah, it's just kind of cool, the variations at which you can tie this fly. And like a lot of people have said here, be creative with them.
Yeah. Just change it up. Change your colors.
Yeah. Adrian said Norm Norlander does the hackle from front to back and then back to front to reduce the propeller effect of the fly. It's interesting to think about, and I will think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, or John Wayne's butt hairs.
He probably had a lot of them.
Probably he did. I never saw it after. Okay, well, we're going to... how's that discount code working, Colin?
Yeah.
Has people used it? Did people use it? And if you did or you didn't, sucks to be you.
Trout says, fish have a brain the size of a pea. We understand each other.
That's funny when people get on the boat and they're like, they're just stupid fish. Like, how do we not catch them? And
because instinct outweighs everything.
Yeah, they need to fight, feed, and fire truck.
Survive. Fire truck? Just had to add another F in there.
Well, fire truck, if you delete a few of the consonants in there. Fire truck.
Oh, yeah.
SCX. Fight, feed, and be friends with the other. Yeah.
There's ways of saying that. That's not weird.
So if you're gonna kind of want to catch them, you gotta entice them in those ways. And if they don't want to eat, they don't eat. And if they don't want to fight, they don't fight.
Put on a nice skirt and
dress. Sing them a song. I often sing songs. If you want to come fishing with us on the Bow River, anywhere in southern Alberta, reach out to us because we're booking quick, and we would love to see you, meet you, hang out.
Yeah.
I've thought of getting you guys on what we call like a hosted trip up here to Calgary. So 3 days on the boat, 4 nights hotel. So basically you fly in Monday, you leave on Friday, and we fish Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We can go on the boat, we can go in the mountains, whatever we want to do. If that's something you're interested in, for the last week of August, I will put together a package based on double occupancy, which will be an all-inclusive for basically meals, hotel, and guiding.
That would be pretty
We can
awesome.
do that. But I think if you guys, travelers, would love to come visit the Bow in kind of a TNL fam sort of way, we can do that.
I love all the words that are coming up here. Coitus.
Yeah,
fornicate.
see?
John wants a sticker. Mommy and Daddy with special hugs.
What sticker we don't? We don't. Mom and Dad, yeah.
He's talking about the words we're talking about.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't know. Buy that sticker. Which sticker? Fire truck. See? That's your opinion. Okay. What do we do next? We check out the baking cam. I just really like the music today.
Doing good. Doing good.
All right. See what happened. Oh,
Ooh, something's getting
All of a
poured.
sudden, it went together.
Yeah, it's coming together.
And it got poured in the pan. So this is Eli and Lindsay, who were down at Rocky Mountain Fly Shop. And they had a chance to stop by the studio today. And Eli is going to get talking to after it's set up a crash.
Crash the show.
It's crashed the show.
Well done.
What's next? What's next?
Oh, you know what's next.
The next thing they did is they put it in the oven.
Well, seems logical. That's coming.
Put it in the oven. You got to put it in the oven. But being a chocolate Swiss roll, I believe there's got to be some white stuff in there.
I think there's some rolling too.
And well, let's see what they did next. Oh,
whipping.
There's the white stuff. They're whipping up some stuff.
Some stuff.
It's that's what it
delicious.
did. And then I think one of the last things they did. That's not theirs.
To say this is interesting. That's
so
the turn.
they whipped up some of this and
then.
So let's go back through the steps. So they put it in the oven. They poured it in a pan. They put it in the microwave. They made all these ingredients, and then there was some chocolate things there too. Yeah,
Makes
we
sense.
totally forgot about. And then so those ingredients.
Would you just get to it already? I want to see what I'm eating.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Oh, okay. I like it.
The good news is, it's sitting out there.
Oh.
So we can get into
Oh,
it, literally.
we're going to get into it.
I think you should go upstairs and
get some forks.
Just get a knife and cut that open.
Oh, you want to see what's in there?
What we're going to do next is we're just going to watch a little bit of a video here about guide school. And we're going to come back and we're going to play some bingo. A bunch of prizes here from Jose at Alberta Fly Girl. We got a sun shirt. We got one of her cups. We got a fly box full of flies from us, the Fly Fishing Board Outfitters. And we got our freeze-dried foods from our friends at Mercantile.
You could never remember the second word, can you?
I know. I just love the name Mercantile. They're all in there. And what else? Oh, and a sun shirt, one of our sun hoodie shirts from Fly Fishing Board Outfitters. And Morning View Mercantile.
Told you.
I do always remember the second word. So, anyways, Tim's going to go run upstairs. He's going to grab a knife. We're going to cut into
that goodness?
We're going to cut into the goodness here.
All right.
And then we're going to be back. We'll be back in about whatever. So get your bingo cards. If you don't have a bingo card, remember, we have a 40% discount coming to you from Rocky Mountain Fly Shop, which is packed. There's standing room only. So yeah, let's watch this little bit of video, what guide school is all about. We'd love to see you at guide school as well, which is in May. We'll come back. We'll play some bingo. So get your cards ready. Go refill your drinks. Whatever you need to do. Maybe you're hungry and you got an appetite because you just saw Eli and Lindsay's chocolate Swiss roll. And we'll be right back.
My name's Aaron Noblin, and I'm from Calgary, Alberta, born and raised. Calgary boy, city boy. You know what, guide school has always kind of been on my mind the last couple of years. And I really didn't place it as maybe a priority in my my life at that time to take this. But as getting my own boat, spending more time on the river, and going out with friends, family, and looking at becoming a little more proficient on the river, and being able to float in a safer manner, be a little more prepared.
My name's Connor Hamilton, born and raised in Calgary, Alberta. I've just been fishing the bow for kind of my whole life, and just through word of mouth and kind of through social media, I've heard about the school and just what it's doing for the fishing community and the guiding community and how it's helping out so many guys. And I've always just been interested in it and wanted to, you know, learn more, meet more guys.
My name's Steve Lyle. I am from Olds, Alberta. I think as I've gone further along the road of fly fishing, I've become probably a bit of a fishing nerd, which I love and embrace. It's fun to educate yourself in things that, to me, don't really matter in my day-to-day, but I find fascinating. So that growth is what I'm looking to build on.
Name's Keenan Vine. I live in Bowness in Calgary, right off the Bow River, and I grew up in Medicine Hat, Alberta, just west of Medicine Hat, Alberta, and on a cattle ranch there, and moved to Calgary about 10 years ago. Yeah, I think more technical knowledge, obviously, of the Bow River and fly fishing, the industry in general. And for me, it's a lot about the, you know, community and building that community in an industry that I love so much. And coming from, you know, the rodeo industry and having that community kind of all my life, it's just been an interesting challenge trying to build that within the fishing industry. So that's probably one of the, you know, bigger things for me.
All right, where I grew up and I messed that all up. That's okay. What's my name? My name is where I grew up. Okay, yeah. So my name is Mike Ritzko. Born in Claresholm, moved to Calgary around 8 years old, and lived in the southeast along the Bow River, and always enjoyed that lifestyle on the water as much as we could. I heard about the guide school. I was just walking along the river bank, and I believe the guide school floated on by me, and I asked a couple questions, and I was given, the fella took the moment out of their day to just give me 10 seconds of their time to say, here's what we're doing, and here's how we're doing it, and here's how to find us. And then he went 100% back to what he was doing. It was that, take a moment of your time to talk to a new person and introduce yourself briefly but completely. A couple of things I hope to get out of this week is to make my time on the water safer, I guess, is to, you're kind of out of cell service, you're disconnected from the people, and you're also disconnected from a support system to help you out if things do go wrong. So it's learning how to do this, enjoy the time, and still make it out in one piece.
Well, my name's David Keys. I'm currently living in Cochrane, just north of Cochrane, Alberta. Originally raised in Camrose, Alberta. So I originally heard through some folks that I was fly fishing with. They recommended yourself and Dana, and that's how I reached out to you. Kind of word of mouth, reputation. So my main driver for the course is really to become proficient and safe with a drift boat. I have seen examples of where people are on the river, and it's pretty evident that they don't necessarily have the skills or the abilities to be on the river with a drift boat. So that's really my main driver. My next step in my fishing journey is to get a drift boat, and I think there's a level of responsibility that we as people who bring people onto the river have to be proficient and safe with it.
My name is Mark Smallbones. I grew up all over Alberta, ultimately graduated in Port McLeod, and I currently live in Lethbridge. A buddy of mine took this course here previously. I was looking around at guide schools, and he highly recommended this one. So here I am. First thing is just my fishing IQ. I grew up fishing, like I've said, before YouTube, before a lot of this stuff. So it's just a lot of I don't know all the wordings and all that stuff. I just know through trial and error. So I want to bring up just my fishing IQ in general. And with that drift boat, I've never been on a drift boat, never operated a drift boat, so that's going to be all new. And ultimately, I just want to learn, just take it all in and relax and enjoy the time.
My name's Cole Fitzsimmons. I'm a fish and wildlife officer based out of the Calgary district. That's what happens when you build that relationship with the game wardens, because we're out there just like you guys, we're out there every day. So yeah, we're all after the same deal. You guys are after to catch fish and I'm after to catch bad guys, so they're keeping fish.
Sometimes I will front row the boat, right, to keep those guys exactly where I want them, right? If it's a small area and I want them to hit it again, I can slow down and say, okay guys, pick up that nymph rig once it's through, cast way up above it, right? Get it all set up, men. Watch that indicator as it goes through there, wait.
So when we were talking about ferry angle before, don't orientate yourself to the banks to figure out your ferry angle. Orientate yourself to the current.
If you've got, someone twist an ankle and they're, 500 yards in the bush, right? You have to be able to mitigate getting them back to the truck. You're gathering all this information, right? And then you say, okay, when you put down the fly, I want your rod tip down and I want you to pull in that slack as it comes towards you.
Understanding that that's important, that's a big part of the experience, but it should never, like Quinn said, is like overdo the fishing.
So one other thing there, Mark, I want you to think about, you feel that thumb hole on the end of the oar? Yep. Always make sure that your thumb's centered, because what that does is it evens out your blade. So as you see how your blade's kind of sideways there, bring it on your left oar, there it is, now it's perfect. That's the angle we want them to be at all times. So keep your thumb in there, and that kind of is your telling factor.
The last thing you want to be doing is so focused on that victim that you end up, pinning your boat on a rock or something like that, and now you and your clients are in the water because your boat's flipped, right? And that like just screenshot or that photo, it'll mark the time, it'll mark the location. Like we can derive some info even if it's of the bottom of the boat kind of thing, right?
I mean, that was probably a big part for me, was like the ahas. You're in a group of 7 people of students, and then you take all the instructors. You probably sometimes could make 2 or 3 good connections in a group, you don't know, but I truly felt that everybody connected, and not just me with a bunch of people. I felt like it was a pretty tight-knit group, and that was an important thing for me too.
Every day of guide school, you probably learn and gain enough that you wouldn't figure out in a whole year on your own, It was, I would say, the look on Brent's face every time he hooked fish, and we'd all be excited, and he'd lose, and hook and lose, and then when we finally got one on, got to fight it for a bit, and the energy level he had was incredible. Like, I didn't cast a rod all day today, but it was awesome to watch that. Right. That was awesome to be part of that.
Yeah, like I had a blast with all the instructors, the students. Just learning a lot. And again, we say it, you say it on the course and through some of the courses and life's journeys, we can't say it enough for that. Life is short, man. You know what? We fall down, we pick ourselves up, and we got to keep going.
Oh, I loved it. I honestly would rather be on the oars seeing other guys catch fish than me being the fisherman. Because I'm like, I love it. I love seeing people, be happy. Yeah. And watching Lucas today, like he was like, man, like this is nice. Like so halfway through the day, and he's just ram jammy, love to go, and he's just like, oh, like I don't even care if I catch anything. I just love being out here. And I was like,
awesome.
That's
you did
perfect.
Your job.
Mm-hmm.
All the stuff that you learn here, whether you're going to be a guide or not, I think it just could advance you as an angler and as a steward of the river light years. So to me, that really is what I took out of it, is like, man, I could just be such a better advocate for angling, for the river system, for the fish, from all the knowledge that we gained here.
And an honest thank you to you and to Troy and the guys that have helped me out. I really, really appreciate the time you spent with me, and the constructive correction that you gave me. And I think with that, if you apply what you guys are telling you,
it works.
It works.
It weirdly works.
Yeah, it weirdly works. Yeah.
I want to get better. I want to be safer. I want to, whatever opportunities this can bring. I knew this is. There's something else behind this, and this is that step forward. Yeah.
Well, that's guide school. What a great group. Even though Mike forgot his name,
That's okay. We all have
didn't
those
forget
fumbles.
his game. He
No,
brought
did
his
not.
A game.
Great video.
Yeah, so Mr. Cole Clayton, he is the game warden in that video, and he graciously donates his time to come and spend and talk to the students and to us, and just kind of make that connection, because they are such a huge ally in this conservation piece as to what I believe a guide truly is. And we're just so lucky to have him a part of the TNL fam and our fam, and just as a good buddy.
100%.
Before Dana parked his truck at the ramp, then I knew beforehand. Yeah, John, you better get back here. So, Baltimore Ravens hat in Alberta. Yeah. Yeah.
As long as he remembers his home address. Touche.
Yeah, so guide school or go with a guide, because as much as people try to go like do it themselves in a foreign place, yeah, you can. But there's just, even we take guides, and we love taking guides everywhere we go, because you learn. And in the fly fishing game, you should always be open to learning.
Always.
Just like we are. We don't know near a tenth of what we need to know. And on the show, we're learning. You guys are teaching us a lot too. So that's great. So we're going to get into the bingo. So open up your bingo cards and let's play. We're going to go 4 corners.
4 corners.
We'll drop 4 quick. If there's a tie, we have a tiebreaker. If you win, say bingo, which call. So they say call 4, 3, 2, 1. Whatever call got you your bingo, and then write in there what your bingo ID is.
All of the things.
Troy, we'd love to have you out here. Absolutely. I know Eric's trying to work his way to get up here, and yeah, there's a third wizard.
Only 3?
Yeah, so Ren, why don't you show everybody what's in the giveaways? We brought her here. Well, she was super pumped to be here, to kind of show you guys some of the things that we're going to be giving away.
There you go, buddy. Just come show it to the camera.
Oh, some freeze-dried Skittles.
All right.
Morning View Mercantile.
Yeah, come show
All right. We're going to call out a couple more. We got a fly box with flies from Fly Fishing Boat Outfitters.
Looks like a mouse in there even. Nice.
There's a lot of foam, and a mouse is one of them. Ritzko said that video got me all choked up with awesome memories of that week. That's a big part of why we do and put that video together, is so that the people in the course, we can reminisce and remember. What else you got? Oh, QP, just
QP.
like this.
Let's turn that around, show them the other side, 'cause it's every bit as good.
Thursday Night Live. So that is one of our sun hoodies, which are super awesome. We're going to go 2 more calls, 5 and 6, and Ren's going to keep showing, because the gifts are
keep on coming.
Mounting. So if you don't have a Thursday Night Live Season 5 kit, we've thrown in a couple samples. We've thrown in the Purple Haze. We've thrown in the EP Tarantula Wooly Bugger.
Right.
And Fat Albert.
Another one.
Yeah,
There
so
go.
you get
Nicely
these
done.
kits where they're like the kits we tie out of, and these episodes haven't gone by yet. So if you get them and you win, we can get them out to you, and then you don't have a kit, you can try along and see how much fun it is to have a prepackaged tying kit.
Yeah. Oh, look at this. We got a mug from Alberta Fly Girl.
Jose. There it
Jose,
is. Good
very
job,
nice.
Bren.
All right.
Little tumbler there.
What else you got in there, buddy?
Okay, I'm going to go 2 more calls here. We're looking for 4 corners. She's got some freeze-dried strawberries.
Ooh, that's her favorite.
Morning View Mercantile. Those,
They're delicious.
Love those.
Okay, 1 more in there, buddy. Grab that one.
Remember, the discount code did not get used for 25% off, which is TNL Rocks.
It did not get
25.
used.
There's 2 of them. 25%
Oh my
off.
goodness, guys. Somebody get in there.
Yep.
All
Okay.
right, what do we got here, Ren? We've got some freeze-dried ice cream sandwich. Sammy's?
Ice cream Sammy's.
We got some stickers from Alberta Fly Girl in there,
Trout
too.
Maharishi is 1 for 6. We got some Fly Girl stickers.
Very nice, very nice.
All right.
And there's
we're gonna
something else
call
from
2
Flag
more.
there, buddy. Go with this one. Grab that.
All right, so far we got strip leech, bow river bugger, sculpin, fish pond wizard, hair stonefly, wireworm, mop fly, and real kids adventures.
Ooh. And last but not least, we have this way,
Quarter
this way.
zip sun hoodie from Alberta Fly Girl.
Fly
Look at
Girl.
her.
There you go. Very nice.
All right, good job, Ran.
Okay, let's pack that bag back up there, buddy. All the many
right.
things. Good job.
Chaz is bingo.
Oh
and
man, Chaz. Does he have a clutch?
He does.
Oh, he would have a clutch.
Oh, my goodness,
all right.
Chaz, let us know.
Let us know.
Roger's
in there,
okay,
too.
we got a couple here. We got a couple ties. Let us know, Chaz. 49 on the Sculptzilla. Got to write these down. Okay, Chaz is 49 on Sculpt. And then Roger Beatty, 074 on the Sculpt.
Yeah.
So 049 and 074. Do we have any other bingos here? Chaz and Roger going through the throwdown showdown. And I do know that Chaz has purchased 2 Captain Clutch.
2 of them.
2 Captain Clutch. So
I bet he's not sharing with you though, Roger.
When the wizard can't win, the wizard can't win.
No, the wizard's gonna get stolen again.
Okay, so I'm gonna head over here and I'm gonna say tiebreaker, and the tiebreaker pops up. How do you get your wife the sun hoodie? So you head over to albertaflygirl.com or reach out to her on Instagram. Oh, we got another one. John Milholland.
All right, that's 3. Let's see.
Nope, just the 4 corners.
Just 4 corners.
68 is John. Roger was 074, I believe. 049 is Chaz.
Good grief.
Wow, 3 people.
It's been a while since we had a
I
tie.
hope Chaz doesn't win, because that means, I mean, I do, but I don't. 'cause
I hope he
the
wins.
wizard is revengeful.
Yeah, if he goes this many weeks in a row of getting beat.
Okay, so he knew. Yeah, you're right. I wish it did. But fair's fair, and all is fair in love and war, and this, my friends, is neither. It is just flying go. We play it every Thursday, and it's free. It's totally free. You just download a bingo card and play along, and that's how you do it.
All right. Did you add the other one?
074, yeah, that's what I got. 074, 068, and 049.
Yay.
All right, let's see who
Okay,
gets it.
so enter in as the order they came in. 074 and 068. Well, folks, I just hit go. I do not control it after that. It is up to the program, the automated program.
Let's see
All
what
right,
it is.
here we go. On
Here
the
we
count
go.
of 3.
1, 2, 3. Click. Just do it.
And 068 goes to John. John Milholland
Oh,
slides
man.
in the back. He comes in late, folks.
John Jacob. Jingleheimer.
I'm super confused
Schmidt.
here. Because now
Nothing's working on your
We've
side.
got-
Oh, I can't
just
believe
gotta
John did
double
that.
Check. I just got to head over here and see.
Oh.
See, Tim, why is it just my voice?
I don't know. You gotta figure this out, son.
Oh, my goodness.
I knew this was going to be a problem. Oh, John, do you have a Captain Clutch? Let me know in the comments.
If you do not,
I don't like this. Stress me out how quick I have to head back to the... So what we do have here is an option right now and only now to purchase a Captain Clutch sticker for $100. If you purchase a Captain Clutch for $100, you can get
skip.
out.
You can skip and take all the
It's kind
prizes.
of like desperation.
That's a dirty, but I like it.
I'm not allowing it.
You're not allowing it.
Okay.
No. Okay.
Well, Ren, you're about to see some wizardry take place here. John does not have a Captain Clutch sticker at all.
Well,
let's
send him
I don't
over.
know how to change your voice effects,
It's
okay?
okay, I'll just be quiet.
Yeah, but it's funnier when you're not.
Oh, I know.
And,
Who knows? Who knows the wizardry of that mini button board?
all right, well, I guess it's just me. You just sit over there and nod.
I'll nod. I'll look
And
like
nod.
I'm making the
And
same
get ready,
noises.
because we're going to play commercials quick, and then we're going to come back to the Doors of Doom.
All right.
Oh, man. Be the door. Wrong scene.
Legit dude call.
Our vision for it is for people to come out here to enjoy the spot and to find peace, I guess. Like, a lot of people ask us if we're gonna get Wi-Fi out here, and we're like, no, like this is a place to disconnect and reconnect with your family and with yourself and just find quiet.
I welcome you into my lair, where today is just me. Me, myself, and the female wizard, and she's calling for blood. How many doors will be present today? You're just gonna have to stick around and find out, John. Should have bought a Captain Clutch sticker. That's wizard number 2 is the one that doesn't like you, John. Nope, don't wave. We're not friendly wizards, we're evil wizards. Alright, we gotta head back to the comments. Alright, John, you've got 7 doors and you've got 1 opportunity to let this all go to waste. Today is not your day. I can promise you, the wizard has not slept for 1 month. Because the wizard has not won for 1 month. So please, speak to me, John. Tell me, which door do you choose? Oh no. Oh no. And will this be a month straight of losses for the wizard? I don't know. I've never lost so much in my entire life than when my Uncle Merlin left my mom. That was a tough day for me. Oh, Merlin. I could never trust him. I could never trust him. But John has spoken. And I know I can't trust John either. Because he chose door number 5. You see, John, I would like to give you a second chance to rethink your choice. But the fact is, you don't need a second chance to become a loser. Ha 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 ha!
The wizard is back.
The wizard is back, and he is winning ways. I will comfortably give you some stickers. Because, John, that's what you deserve. In memory of your time at the doors of doom, I shall grant you some sweet fire truck stickers. Oh my goodness, this is way too much fun. What happened to my cake when I was gone?
I don't know. It looks like somebody's been in there.
Wait.
Wait, what's going on here?
All right. I feel weird when it's me by myself.
You like the attention. All right, look at that. That cake looks good. I wouldn't know personally because I definitely didn't eat any.
I'm pretty sure.
But I think
do know.
I don't think I do, but if I had to guess, it tastes very good. Just from looking, though, not touching or tasting.
Well, we've got a couple discount codes for 25% and 30%, and I'm going to release them to you as Tim gets ready to tie. Oh, what the heck is Carl doing there again?
I know, Carl. I told
Carl
you.
Always gets into the baking cam.
He's got a little evidence on his lips.
That's the way it goes. I feel like good things are on the rise, Tim. Because quite simply, you. The wizard's happy.
The wizard is it.
The wizard is happy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame him.
We'll get the good luck charm as Ren.
Yeah. She pulled it together for
She
us.
brought in the good luck for the wizard. John's not going to like you very much, but that's all right.
Okay,
All
guys,
right.
let's look at this bug. It is actually called the Zug Bug. All right, now this is actually supposed to be a case caddis, which it does a pretty good job of representing. But I think we would all agree that there are a lot of other things that it could actually look like or represent. We're going to be tying this on a 2x long nymph hook today, but this is going to be a size 14, so it's still going to seem quite small, but that's okay. We're going to get through it. The materials are still quite simple, not a lot to work with, but there is still a few techniques we're going to have to go through. So let's go ahead and pop that out. Go ahead and grab your Zug Bug package. All right. You can see on there, size 14. And now we're going to work our way through this one. So be careful when you open this because there is some kind of, I wouldn't say hidden, but there are some pieces in here that are important that may not be super visible at first. So we got a few feathers we're using. We're using some hackle feathers for a hackle at the front. We're also using a mallard flank. We're going to use 2 different types of peacock feathers. And you're going to notice when you see them in there, or maybe you won't see them, but I'm going to show you because there is a difference between them and you want to keep them separate. So we have some that are called spears, and then we're just going to use some peacock hurl as well. So as always, you have your fly already tied for you once. Okay, so that one can go straight to your box. And then we're going to have 3 packages. One has your hooks in it, and the other 2 have different materials. So let's go ahead and get the hooks out so you can grab. As always, we talk about, guys, in these kits, you can tie up to 5 flies. I think on both of these tonight when I did them in practice, you could get that out of a kit or pretty close. Lots of materials there. Sometimes you got to add a little bit or depending on how much you use. But we upped it from last year of being 3 flies per bag. Just try to give you a little bit of added value and also just to kind of give you that little bit of space in between in case you tie a little heavy, which is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just that everybody is a little different in how they tie. So it's okay if you use a little bit more material. Just understand you might not get quite as many out of a package. So then I'm going to go and you can see here, right on the very front, I'm going to show it to you because it's showing very nicely in the light right there. The dark green colored ones, that is our peacock hurl. Now you see these guys right there. Those are our spears. Now where we get them from is, I don't have a full peacock feather here for us, so I can't exactly show you. But they have different kind of tips, and we're going to actually use that as the tail on this fly. So let's go ahead and open that up. We'll get the hurl and the spears kind of put aside. Now what you're also going to have in here, I believe it's in this package as well, is you have some silver tinsel, okay, or silver flash, whatever you want to call it. You want to make sure you find that and separate that aside because we are going to use that as well. It looks just like this, okay, just some silver tinsel. So when you get into your packages, you're going to see that in there as well. And I'm just going to get into all this stuff right now because I'm already working on it. The tinsel is actually in the hackle feather bag, not in the other one, just in case you're looking for it. And then, yeah, we'll open up our other package and get our feathers out and kind of ready to go as well. And then we're going to just get rocking and rolling. So what I'm tying with tonight is I'm tying with some UTC 70. I'm going to use that brown, kind of golden bronze brown. I think they call it a bronze brown. I like it. I like it for this fly because the hackle, it kind of matches the hackle. So when you finish off the fly, it looks kind of nice. What I'm first going to do is this is a really important piece here, guys, is I want you to pull off a nice long tag of thread, okay, before we tie this on. We're going to use that thread in a moment. So don't trim it out. Let's leave it long. So all I've done here is left a long tag, okay? I'm going to wrap back down the fly, and I'm going to leave my thread right at the bend of the hook. Now you can see I still have this long tag of thread, okay? Now just get it out of the way however you want. I'm just going to quickly grab, I have a little hair clip here. I'm just going to grab it and clip it to my vise so it's out of the way. And we are going to come back to use that here in a moment. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and grab a few of these. You see, these are those spears I'm talking about. I'm going to grab 3 or 4 of them, okay? We want to try to stack the tips kind of right off the hop. So get those stacked. I would say, yeah, 3 is probably enough. 4 is even maybe a little better. But just like so, okay? That's what it looks like when they're stacked up. Now, I'm going to measure a tail for the back of this fly that's roughly half of the overall hook shank length. So I kind of measure, okay, that's roughly half. I'm going to transition that down to my tie-in point. I'm going to switch hands, okay? I'm going to do a little bit of a spin of my thread towards my fingers. That's going to make that jump rearward. Grab that in a gathering wrap, okay? Then I'm going to take a few wraps forward. I want to make sure that's sitting nice like so, okay? And now I'm just going to cover up all the butts of this, just kind of creating an even underbody, because on these smaller flies, it is a little bit more important to do that. And just good practice to get into. We use
Those
that.
discount codes are floating across the screen there for 30% off and 25% off.
Whew.
No, it's not used. I don't know.
I don't know what you guys are doing. You're crazy.
I'd go buy
them.
myself something here.
Yeah.
Hang on, I'm just going to use them.
Just go use them. Okay, so I'm going to...
Hey, Ren, do you want something? We can get 30% off. I just type in the code.
Yeah, just do it. All right, there we go, guys. So that is our tail. Okay, so I still have that thread hanging off the back. Got my tail tied in. Now what I want you to do is go grab that tinsel. Okay, that silver tinsel. That one's going to come in next. Okay, we're going to tie this right back in at the same spot. I'm going to move my thread forward just one wrap so I have a little bit of space to cover it up. And you can see once I get it in, if I have a little bit of an extra tag, I can just pull on the tinsel back.
Jacob Reimer is probably back from the Dart Alley.
Dart Alley. Okay, now I'm going to take that tinsel and I'm just going to add it to that line that I have here. Okay, so I'm going to grab those two together. Okay, and I'm just going to use my clip to keep them out of the way again. And then I'm going to move on to my next material. So the next thing I'm going to do, and this is kind of like what I explained, we're going to tie some things in kind of backwards here or in reverse. I'm going to come up to the eye. Now I'm going to go in and grab my peacock hurl. Okay, you got a big mess of it in here. Kind of open them up. We gave you lots of this material. I just want you to go and grab 2 of them that look, the word is going to be plump. Okay, so some that just look like they got maybe some wider, kind of more plumpy looking feathers.
Plumpy.
Plumpy.
Plumpy bump.
Okay, like so. All right. Now I'm going to come up away from the stem a ways. You can see the base of the stem back there, and I'm going to trim it. Because those back ones, although stronger, they don't really stand up as nice as you can see how furry these front ones look. So if you kind of rub your fingers down, you can see it stands up. So you want to be using not the very tips, but near the tips is what you want to be using when you tie this in. Okay. So I'm going to tie these in right here at the eye. And then I'm going to start palmering those back down the hook.
The truth, I mean, the nails are just... When we zoom in on streamers, you know, we got to get fake nails. Let's do fake nails.
I mean, I'm game,
That's for
whatever.
Blake Teague. He's screenshotting that.
He is.
He's putting it into his fire truck bank.
His fire truck bank. Okay, so now I've got these two peacock curls, and I'm just gonna start keeping them together, open spiral wrapping, back down the fly. I want to not overlap because I don't want them holding down any fibers.
There's also a 40% discount about to drop pretty soon.
40% off. That's crazy. Colin's nuts.
All right, he's saying that the discount codes are gone.
Oh, well, that didn't take long. All right, that sounds good. Glad to see him used.
Well, what are you going to buy with the 40% discount besides 20 pairs of Dana scissors?
Who knows, but there's lots in there to get. Okay, guys, I'm just going to get on with this quickly because I'm kind of holding this in place. I'm going to drop that thread down, okay? So now I'm going to do what I did with that wire and the woolly bugger, okay? I'm going to grab those materials. I got them standing straight up. Then I'm going to grab my thread and I'm going to come over and do a counter wrap so that it's now going the opposite direction and it's trapped that down. Now as I move forward, I also want to wiggle it through because I don't want to trap down any of those extra. It's kind of like mini hackle that I have on here right now, okay? Try to get it to weave through there as best as I can. And this is just making that a ton more durable. Get up to the eye. I'm going to lock off that thread, okay? I'm going to trim that thread out. And I'm also going to come in here and trim out the tag ends of the peacock curl, which is a very fragile material. So it's good when you wrap that thread back over. It's going to help secure it. And now while I'm up here, I might as well just bring my my tinsel forward. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to get between 3 and 5 wraps forward. This creates my segmentation and puts the flash in the body of the fly. This one is going to hold down some of those peacock fibers. That's just how it is. And that's okay. And then once I get up here, I'm going to tie it off. Okay. Right like so. And then I can trim it out. Now I've only got 2 more materials to get in here, guys, and we'll be done this fly as well.
Wow, would you look at that?
Doesn't take
The
long.
25% codes are still there, but they'll probably get used after the person tries to put in the 40% discount and doesn't get it.
Doesn't get it. Okay. Now we're going to go in and grab. You're going to see a bunch of them. I'll hold some of them up here so you can see them.
I wonder if anyone's got the Norvise in their cart.
The cart just waiting.
Just not even tying, just like.
Let me get it. Okay, so you can see there's a whole bunch of these in there, guys. They're super small. You are going to need some hackle pliers to work with them. But this is what we're going to put on as our collar. Our hackle collar here. So what I want you to do is I want you to grab this feather and anything that's got those white plumes, let's get rid of it. Okay, so I'm just going to pull that down. We're going to tie this in from the tail, or sorry, from the base of the stem first. Okay, so I got a little bit of white in there, but I'm not too worried about it. I'm going to tie the underside of the feather pointed back down the fly. I'm going to take just a couple thread wraps forward so I have space for this here. I'm going to tie this in right on top. And then make sure that that stem is locked in place. So I'm going to do some wraps on that side. I'm going to get some wraps in behind it. I'm going to wrap some more on it, really securing it, because if I start to wrap this forward and it comes off, then I kind of basically got to start all over, and it's not a super fun thing. So once I've locked that stem down, I'll trim it out, okay? Now, kind of the semi-frustrating, we'll say, or fun part of this is wrapping such a tiny feather, okay? So I'm going to go in and grab my hackle pliers, which should be sitting here amongst my mess of things. I'm going to come in and grab right on the tip of this feather. Now, there's so many different types of hackle feathers, hackle pliers. But I like this one, okay? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start not pulling hard at all, because if I pull too hard, could possibly pull that slippery stem out from my thread wraps, okay? Now, I'm just going to start wrapping forward until I run out of hackle feather, and I want to kind of make sure I'm getting the previous wrap pulled back out of the way, so that as I go through, I'm not trapping any of those extra feather or the hackle fibers from the feather itself. Okay, I know I'm kind of covering it up here, guys. I'm sorry for that, but I'm just going to try to get it like so. Okay, so now I've got that nice hackle done. I'm gonna bring my thread back in. Really important, again, now at this end to lock in the tip of this feather. Okay, so I'm gonna get on one side of it, and then on the other again, behind and front, behind and front. I'm gonna pull all of that rearward and make sure you get this locked down, because if you don't get it locked down, all of this is just gonna come undone, and that's gonna be a super bummer. Kind of like that. Just like I said it would. I grab my pliers
That
again.
stuff's so slippery though.
It's
like-
the most slippery, especially these small little feathers. So,
I think it's good when stuff falls apart because you show people you're human.
oh yeah, this is not. I am by no means perfect.
Like that one spring you were rowing the boat, and I realized you were human.
You thought I didn't know what I was doing anymore.
That's a good point.
That's okay.
That was like 20 years ago.
Yeah, it wasn't last year for sure. Okay. Yeah, we're having this issue with it. So it's very slippery feather. You got to try to get the best grasp on it that you can, because you're not going to get a lot of wraps on this. You're going to get like 2 or 3. And try to get one more here without it falling off. And then just be really quick about trapping it. Okay, so did it again on me. Good grief. I am on a roll tonight, folks. Cannot keep this hackle in my pliers.
The Wizard's on a roll. Tim's on a roll.
Jeez, guys.
You need me to sing a song or tell a joke?
I mean, songs are always welcome.
Ren's chirping you now.
Yeah, that's perfect. Gotta love the kid chirping. Okay, I'm not gonna get greedy. I'm not gonna do another wrap with this hackle feather. So I'm gonna go
really
behind.
good thing about the auto bobbin is that in a situation like this, you can suck it right back up to get close to do those very accurate wraps.
Exactly, because that's the important thing here, guys. If you don't,
It's thread control.
it's just all thread control. So now that I'm here, nothing doesn't look perfect, but I'm gonna pull everything back, and I'm gonna take some thread wraps back over it.
Troy said Tim should call an SOS.
SOS.
Swap me out, I jump in there.
If you thought that was something that would rattle me, you haven't been along in the show long enough yet. Okay, guys, so if I kind of salvaged it-ish.
Rodrigo Andrade's in the house.
What's up, dude? Okay, let's get this done before it completely falls apart. So I've got that wrapped up there. Now we got one material left. We have a mallard flank feather. Okay, I'm gonna grab those. There's a bunch of them in there. Okay, just like so. I'm gonna come up here like this. I'm gonna pull out all that fuzz, and I want to get kind of close to that tip. Not right at the tip, but closer up there. I'm getting to where that stem is thinner. Okay, and that's what I'm gonna tie in on top. Now I want to try to stroke kind of down with my fingers like this, and it's gonna push the hackle fibers down around the edge of the hook, because this is gonna sit right on top and kind of block them, which is the appearance we're kind of going for. So I'm gonna set that right down, kind of put a finger on it, and I'm gonna lock that stem right on the very top of the hook. Okay, make sure that you're not trapping any of those fibers if you can, or pull them back and get some thread wraps on them. I'm gonna take a couple extra thread wraps, like so. So if you're at this point, you should look something like this. Okay, and I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna trim out that stem.
Okay, just before you make the last cut on this fly, Jacob has a question about the Norvise, and I don't know if I understand it. He says, is there a portable type base? Oh, yeah, so go get a cutting board. Go get a piece of bamboo. Get a piece of granite. Get a piece of plywood.
And
Truly.
they make a C-clamp.
And they make a C-clamp. So, but be careful with the clamps, because some places that you go to tie, the clamp doesn't get on the table. So really what you can do is just get a board, or just go cut a board,
Like a small charcuterie board.
literally
or
a
whatever.
cutting board.
Yeah.
You just drill your 2 holes in, take it apart, fold it down, travel away with you. I think the biggest misconception I hear is like, well, you got to have a table and it's not set up to travel with. 1000% it's set up to travel with. You just have to get a board, which is 5 to 10 to 20, or go on Norvise and buy it for $200. But yeah, it's totally portable. You just got to be a little creative about I know Blake Teague built a couple stands, so his post, and they are kind of on their own, but Yeah, a cutting board, something simple like that will make you happy.
Don't overthink it. Yeah. Okay, guys, so I'm going to come in here now, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to whip finish this fly. Okay? Whip finish it real quick, and then I'm going to put some resin on it before I make my cut, so I know that that stem isn't going anywhere. Okay, and I don't want to create a ton of bulk up here. And there's always the risk that the more that I do this, I'm going to trap more of that hackle as well, and I don't want to do that. So I'm going to trim that out, and I'm going to use my security blanket, which is my resin. I'm just going to touch just on the top, let it soak into those thread wraps, just onto the top of that feather, and then I'm going to hit it with my UV light, and that's going to cure that up. And then all I got to do is trim this feather. It kind of seems weird, but we don't really actually use much of the feather. We just tied it in to create a little bit of a, basically it looks like a wing casing.
This is for your mom. She asked if we knew this person. And the answer's no.
Oh yeah, wanted to know if we knew Rosina?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we're tight. So now I want you to slip your scissors right underneath, okay? And now I'm going to cut this, and then I want you to cut yours after, okay? Because you're
Tim, can you turn it towards the camera and then just point to it?
I can and do it at the same time, but
no, you don't have to cut it, but just kind of point at the top where you're gonna cut it.
okay, I'm gonna try to do this upside down. So I'm gonna cut right there. Okay, so you should be finished with just a little white triangle. Okay, so I'll cut mine, and I'll show you what it looks like. So I'm gonna slide my scissors underneath, right up close. I'll flip it back and show you. Okay. So you want it to come back into that hackle slightly, but not too far. Just like that. It should be left with a little triangle. If you got any little fibers that are out and doing their own thing, you just trim them up. And there you have it, guys. Let me show you out of the vise because it looks a little nicer. I'll hold it up for you so you can see it. This is the Zug Bug. All right.
Super effective fly. So how do you fish it? You could, like a wet fly, you could swing it.
Yep.
You could put it behind a streamer, the one we just tied, and slow twitch it through some slow water. You could put it under an indicator. You could put it under a dry fly, or you could put it under a hopper or some sort of foam. So in many different facets, this thing can be fished. Again, it's the creativity as an angler. So Terry said, well, this is the point where I fill the eye full of resin. So do we have any kind of feather or hackle we can just show? Like if you do put a lot of resin on there, that one might be thick.
Make it a little thinner. So something you can do here is if you got a spare hackle feather or something sitting around your desk, okay, you're going to come in and stick that.
Yeah, see, you're filled up that. You're probably going to give me that fly.
Yeah, this one's yours. I want you to struggle with it once you're at the water. UV resin can be the worst. Yeah, I'm not going to open that one up.
So anyways, before you cure it, you can, so just put some resin on the top of that hook. And you say to yourself, oh my, it is.
Before you cure it, just do this.
Yep.
Cleans
out the head and then cure it, and you're laughing. Bob's your uncle.
Do you have an Uncle Bob?
No, but I heard the Merlin was wrecking havoc on the Wizard today. He brought up bad memories.
Did he?
Yeah, that's what I heard. I was just watching.
Just watching from a distance?
I wasn't doing much else but watch.
There you go.
All right. So that's the Zug Bug. That is the Bead Head Wooly Bugger.
Couple good patterns.
And that's kind of what we do here. We're only 7 minutes late for the 9 o'clock, what we think is time to shut down. But that's because the show crashed before it started.
It did. Sometimes
we found our way back, and John got crushed by the Wizard this time, and he won some stickers. So John, reach out to us. Get me your email. No, not your email. I can't send stickers via email. Just pictures of stickers. But yeah, let us know. So you guys are all itching for that 40% off code, aren't you? I think you are.
Itching. I'm itchy too.
Where am I going to put it? Well, that's a good question. If I did this and I said, so load your carts. I'm about to drop the 40% off discount code, and I sure hope to good God that somebody gets a Norvise. I mean, why not?
Might as well make use of it.
What a discount code that is. Okay, so it's going to look something like this. And you got to remember, I know if I don't put it in right, somebody's going to absolutely come unglued on me.
Come unglued?
Come unglued.
Unthawed?
Unglued.
Unglued.
Okay, so the code is as follows. It's going to pop up somewhere on the screen. What's this?
Ooh, that's the longest hair you've ever grown. Very nice.
Yeah. All right, so get in your carts. Get ready. I know nobody tied the Zug Bug because they were jonesing waiting for this code. So, yeah, I'm going to release it right away. And just because I want everyone to have a fair chance and you can be ready, you can sit there. And wherever this discount code shows up, that's where it shows up. Right in the middle.
Right in the middle. Look at that.
Zug Bug 40 for 40% off at RockyMountainFlyShop.net. Hit send, hit go, buy that Norvise or whatever you want to buy, and
that's a discount, folks.
That's a discount. Ooh-wee. So we're just gonna kind of leave that up here for a few more seconds, and yeah. Well said. Then we're gonna get back in. We're gonna do some wins, and we're gonna go. Won't have time to do my Guides Corner rant, so all that stuff got taken up by actually showing a video.
Yeah, it's okay. It's a good video.
Eric said faxes stickers. That's epic. Yeah.
That's not a terrible idea either.
All right. So hopefully somebody purchased. I'm just waiting to hear from Colin if that went through. And he'll let me know. But that's the code, ZugBug40. I can't imagine that it is not used by now.
Yeah, I would think that one got snapped up and used right away.
All right, so ZugBug40, 40% off. RockyMountainFlyShop.net. We want to thank Rocky Mountain Fly Shop for always being so awesome. And one of you want to write in there that you won the 40% off, the 25% off, or the 30%. The 25%, I think there's still one open and it hasn't been used, and it's good until 11:30 tonight. Want to thank Eli and Lindsay for bringing us over a baking that they took time out of their day to bake for us and for you guys, so that we could show it on the baking cam. So that we could dig deep into it after the show is finished.
Can't wait.
That stuff's pretty cool. It was also really good to have a chance for them to come check out the studio. So if you're in town and you want to come check out the studio, the show days like today are very busy for us. But let us know, because we would love to meet you guys, have you come over, have you visit or whatever.
All the things.
If we're still live, we don't know anymore. The comments have not come in for a while. So this part of the episode is the great part, and it's called What's Important Now. So a win. What is your win of the week? Something that you can say. All right, so the 40 has been taken.
Perfect.
40's been taken.
Glad to see that get used up.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, which is right now, we're going to share some good things that's happened or has happened throughout the week. And John Fuller's got to go, but going snowboarding in sunshine with my son in the morning. And have a good night, everyone. So there, 40% discount's gone, and so is John Fuller. Two things which are sad. So, Tim, why don't you start us off and share with us about your win of the week?
Yeah, absolutely. My win of the week this week, I guess, came to me this weekend. I got to get away with a few friends for the weekend, doing something that Dana owes me a day of doing. Got to go out some ice fishing and sat on some cold lake up in northern Manitoba. In all seriousness, there were a couple of moments that were a little scary. Had some accidents that could have gone really bad, but my win is that we all came home safe. We got out the other side. We had a great time of fellowship together. Caught some fish, had some laughs, and it was a good little refresher for me. And it was good to just get away and have not a whole lot of responsibilities. And sometimes that kind of feels important. So I'm gonna take that as my win this week.
Sometimes it's always important.
Yeah.
Early Jack said, great show. This was my first and not my last. And we are
Awesome, Jack.
round of clicks for a new guy, Earl Jack. We're super glad you're here. We appreciate you showing up, commenting, and we look forward to having you back next week, same time, same place. And feel free to share a win, because this group of people known as the TNL fam is next level. And that's what you're going to get to know very quickly, is the incredible people that we have in the TNL fam. And that is a segue into my win of the week. Truly, after all of last week's events and the passing of Janine's father, I just wanted to say that a lot of people stepped up. A lot of people came out of the house. A lot of people just dropped off a meal, muffins, banana bread, a card, dinner, lettuce, salad, chicken, whatever. I think a lot of time people say, let me know if I can help, and maybe they don't know how to help. Maybe I don't know how to say this is how you can help. What I really found pretty epic the last week is the amount of people that just showed up to drop off something, and most of those were meals, and that just goes a really long ways, because there's a lot going on. And sometimes just not having time, or having to think about cook dinner for the kids or cook dinner for Janine and her mom, it's overwhelming. And it's just incredible how every single person that stopped by to just give of their time to bake or make something, I just want to say thank you to that. I want to say thank you to everybody who came down to the celebration of life on Sunday. It's your time. It's a very valuable, precious thing, and you gave it to just come show support. Whether you could be there for 5 minutes or 4 hours, my win is the community of people that just stepped up to make our last 7 to 10 days good. As good as it could be. So
that's the community. Good people, quality people.
That's the OQP. The only quality people, and much appreciated. So now we get to come back to you guys, and what we'll do is we just pop them out here. We share, and then we kind of read them back and forth. So Mr. Cole's win is hanging out at Rocky Mountain Fly Shop with some awesome people, and the pre-wife, known as a fiance.
Fiance.
The wedding is
you got one of those
coming soon.
Nice.
All right, Coldrone.
Mr. Coldrone, my win is celebrating my wife and I a 15-year date anniversary tonight, and not missing any of the TNL broadcasts this season. What a great day. Well, thanks for sharing that with us. That's awesome.
That is super awesome. Mr. McDonald, my win for the week is finalizing the plans for a fishing trip with his brothers to northern Saskatchewan. And I think knowing what Ray's going through, that's going to be super epic. Yeah. And like you said, it's just kind of like the time of releasing yourself from a lot of responsibility. So that's cool.
Perfect. Mr. Sather, my win for the week was getting to text for Joel and Alicia. They each caught a GT on their first day out in the Seychelles. Whew.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's not jealous at all. Steve, my win, I was able to keep my Friday afternoon open with no meetings tomorrow, so I can hit the Bow River in the afternoon to chuck some flies.
Awesome.
Just go down and throw them in the river?
Don't forget to tie them onto your line.
Yeah.
That's an important thing. Mr. Chaz, my win, just happy. Got a notification on my phone about someone was at my doorbell. Opened the app and there was Nolan's smile. That was the best thing ever. Put work life in perspective.
100%. Mr. Chaz, you better start doing setups because we're going somewhere on Sunday. Mr. Fling, my win of the week came through her first surgery successfully, and it is nice to have her home so I can take care of her. We've been together for 54 years, married for 52. I think wife is what the word missing there. And
that is incredible, man. That's a long time. Mr. Adrian Tebow, my win, just been having good vibes this week. Things at work being good, and with the kiddos have been good. As always, T-Nell is a huge win for me. LPCF, OQP.
OQP. Mr. Reimer sold their old home, and I know that was a bit of a painstaking process, and that probably feels really good to have off the plate. Not having to deal with stress.
Mr. Dewey, his win for the week was not having any naked photos of himself broadcasted on live stream on social media.
Well,
not yet, Dewey.
That's
you
funny.
Haven't seen the credits yet, so
that's funny. That's funny.
You haven't showed them to me yet.
This is.
Oh man.
This is Dewey with a chainsaw.
No, look at him.
We'll just put it down here.
Oh my goodness.
He does crazy things with a chainsaw, so he might have to come up with a new window.
New window. Oh, too good.
Oh, dude. We don't know you, but we love you.
Oh man.
To me, Mr. Ritzko, my win is making it through another long run at work in northern Alberta. And on my way back to Calgary for a couple days.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Mr. Ron, my win is just being faith over fear.
Faith over fear.
Amen.
Mr. Ploy, my win, other than us announcing or pronouncing his name properly, was helping my 6 and 8-year-olds tie their first fly, some San Juan worms. I'm thrilled that they're as excited about tying as I am, and I'm excited to make more memories on the water this year.
Yeah. Ken, my win for the week is being able to get out to Rocky Mountain Fly Shop and seeing so many friendly faces. Love this family.
We love you too, brother. It was good, and it was good to see you for 4 minutes tonight.
Yeah.
Eric, my win of the week, stepping out of my comfort zone and making finalization on coming to canoe school. I've been praying for Dana's family because that's the best I can do, being so far away. So glad to be a part of the TNL fam. Dana, get with me so I can get enrolled. I got you down, Eric.
We got you, brother. Can't wait to meet you. Can't wait to spend some time together.
Yep.
Mr. Jones, my win will happen tomorrow. Get to celebrate the oldest born being 15 and being proud of the young lady she is and continues to be. We'll be sitting watching her and her sister compete in the pool, doing something they absolutely love. Thanks for an amazing show and community.
Yeah, Mr. Jones. Love that guy. Andy, my win, having you guys show my kids the studio tonight. Super cool. Thanks a bunch. Then we headed over to the fly shop and checked that out. Thanks, Colin, for doing what you do. Thanks, Barry the mayor. We shall refer to him as the mayor. For helping out the kids tying the flies. Super cool thing they have going on at Rocky Mountain Fly Shop.
Yeah.
OQP, love people, catch fish.
Mr. Arctic Grayling, my win is my dog being okay from a stroke. A 30% discount from a store I already buy fly supplies from, and being here for my 1.5 TNL episode. Thanks, gents.
So if this is your
Awesome.
first episode, is it your 1.5 because of the beginning? Or is it, did you get
1.25?
Did you get half of one before? Joe Manchinton, my win was eating it on my bike Saturday night and only came out with some bad road rash. Thankfully, nothing worse. That's great. See, we finally got Mel to speak up because he's been here for so long and he doesn't say a word. And then there he is after he sees Dewey.
Yeah, after he sees Dewey.
Literally sees Dewey. Literally.
Oh, man. This next one.
Ears fell out. I know. So I'm getting set up for it.
dear friend and brother out there on the Bow River, his win, CT scan, still showing cancer-free after lung surgery over 18 months.
That's awesome.
So cool to hear, man. I'm glad that you are doing okay.
Yeah. God is good.
All the time.
Win is good. The mayor. That's it. He's the mayor. My win, fly tie and tutor at Rocky Mountain Fly Shop. And it's super awesomely appreciate it. If you guys haven't met Barry and Norma, because they come as a package, they're just absolutely two of the greatest humans on this planet. They're contagious. They're infectious. They're just really fun to be around. And so if you're up at Rocky Mountain Fly Shop, often they come in and hang out and just do what they do. Just give back to the community.
Runs off to bed.
Runs off to bed.
Mr. Beady, my win is getting together with some tying buddies for some good food, conversation, telling some stories, and tying up some flies.
Yeah.
Nothing better.
And coming really close to winning Flying Goat tonight. John, he's warm, he's dry, and he's not hungry, and life is good. And Early Jack has given us the thumbs up, and that's the most for the win.
Yeah, we'll take it.
But that's
we
good.
Get to see you next week.
We love that you're here, and for everybody who didn't comment, or Mel, who commented late after he saw Dewey.
Yeah.
It's kind of how it goes. So we're like way past our 2 hours. I don't know why I say that, because 2 hours is nothing. We try to somehow keep into that or whatever, but the show goes as the show goes, and my job this week will to get all the dress up shows set up for the rest of the year.
Ooh. So we'll still take some suggestions if you guys have
I should
any.
say January's been one of those
hectic times.
One of those months. And we'll push forward and keep going. And the costume nights, that's what
Yeah.
80s night, 70s night. We had some other ones like Wizard versus the Captain Clutch.
Yeah.
A lot of work goes into getting costumes.
If you got a tickle trunk full of something you want to see us wear, send it this way.
Or you just want to tickle our trunk.
No. I see what you were trying to do, but you didn't really think it through.
Well, it's like trunk, and then I thought trunk is like an elephant trunk.
Yeah, you're not an elephant. The only trunk you got, you're not doing that noise.
Dewey would.
Dewey would. Guys, we cannot wait to see you next week.
Clown night. We could do clown night. You just send these in.
Send them in. Clown night.
I need a secretary.
Bless you.
Gesundheit.
What about fish night?
Oh,
fish night. We could dress up like fish.
Yeah.
And eat the flies.
That's not a terrible idea.
Did you say ice fishing?
No.
Okay, good.
No, fly fishing.
Dew knows all. See, Austin Thorne now knows Dewey. So looks like the Dew's got.
Wash hands. Well, I don't see this going anywhere better. So
besides crashing at the beginning of the episode, this potentially has potential to go south.
More south than
much on that to do about next week. We'll talk about next week because we got the Bow River Bugger.
We got that.
And we got the Michigan Skunk Dry Fly.
Yeah.
But after that, Timothy's gone for a week.
I'm gone for a week to a little
and
sunnier
because
place.
that doesn't matter to us, we're going to bring in a guest tire the week after. So you'll just have to hang around and find out who the guest tire is. And hopefully their nails are a little sharper than Tim's.
They would have to be.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Looks like you're all heading out. Be safe. Have a great week. Lean on each other.
Much love. Be somebody's reason to smile this week. And then they can come in and say that was their win. And then your win is that you made somebody smile. So easy to do. Be kind. And we'll see you guys.
Yeah. In like 7 days.
Next week.
We're going to Costa Rica.
Costa Rica. Somebody's
Randy
excited.
Spoiled it. You ruined it.
She's got to get her dance in.
See you next week.
Yeah, see you then.
I can feel my body cold against the concrete, but I can't seem to get enough. My mind is fixed on what it wants. I just let you beat me. Looks can be deceiving. Let you get the best of me. In bed with my worst enemy. This is a no-go. I just can't take hold. This is a danger zone. Back up and get me home. This is a no-go. I just can't take hold. This is a danger zone. Back up and get me. So put your hand in mine. Follow me. Let me waste your time. Set up feet. Do some stupid shit. Take a seat. Let me waste your time. So put your for your innocence, acting like you're into me. I know this is hopeless, moving in slow motion, trying to control my thoughts, but I can't stop our body talk. This is a no-go, I just can't take hold. This is a danger zone, back up and get me home. This is a no-go, I just can't take hold. This is a danger zone, back up and get me. So put your hand in mine, follow me, let me waste your time. Set up feet, do some stupid shit. Take a seat, let me waste your time. Set up feet. Supper time.